Hi. The ultimate goal in life is to live a balanced life. What does it mean, living a balanced life? Living a balanced life is whereby you balance between your life and work. All of this has to come into a balance, like in a flywheel, that you have to balance between your work and your own life. And maybe do we understand more in this graph? It shows what life means. Your life oscillates between the family and your health as an individual and your family. Work, on the other side, is your business and the career. All those things that they have to be in balance. And that is the element. To live that balanced life, you have to balance the two so that they are in tandem together. Kofi was laying in bed with a terminal illness. The doctor advised him that he had very few days to live. He lives with his nephew, since his 3 sons and 2 daughters are grown and live out their own life. He is fond of his nephew, who is well behaved and hardworking. He has helped the boy to go through college. He laments that when he will die, there will be nobody to take care of his vast business empire. Kofi is a multimillionaire with lots of investments, money, but he's lying down, dying of cancer. But he regrets for not leaving a heir to his empire. He also regrets the many mistakes he had made in his life, of not creating enough time to be with his children when they were growing up. He had pursued wealth at all costs, neglected to be close to his family. That is a kind that he did not live a balanced life. In a book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, from verse 1 says, I have seen another evil under the sun, and it weighs heavily on mankind. God gives some people wealth, possessions, and honor, so that they lack nothing in their heart's desire. But God does not grant them the ability to enjoy them. And the strangers enjoy them instead. This is meaningless. That you may get all the wealth, possessions, and honor, which fills your heart, but you don't enjoy them. And then what does it mean here? What does it mean? If you can't enjoy all those wealth, possessions, and honor. And all here, it boils down to what we call the law of the harvest, which says that you reap what you sow. You only harvest what you have planted. Your results are the products of your actions. Now, in all this, it tries to say, how can we live a more balanced life? And then, what does enjoyment really require of you? That's one thing you ask. So you have gotten from here, it says, wealth, possessions, honor. We can pursue all those things. You can pursue wealth by all means, in any crooked means. Get all the honor you want at all costs. You've seen even many politicians hire people to tarnish other people's name because they want that honor. But then, at the end, it's not going to help you if you have not lived a balanced life. In a life process, a person has to live with a purpose. And then once you have created your purpose, you have to create a means to achieve to get to the end. Take, for example, that graph. There are two choices. The first one in black. You may have a purpose that you want to create wealth. Then you ask yourself, how would I create wealth? And why am I creating wealth? At the end, what is this wealth going to do for me? So you will create wealth through a business or a career. That's a means. You will use that as a means, and then at the end, you will have what we call, you will raise a family. You want to raise a successful family, which means you use your business as a means to raise a successful family. And there's another alternative whereby now you have a clear purpose, yes, to create wealth. But because you have things upside down now, you use your family as a means to have a successful business. A ton of events. So it all matters. What are you using as a means? So Coffee was such an example who had a clear purpose that he wanted to create wealth, but instead of using his business to raise a successful family, he decided to use the family, which means he sacrificed the time with the family and the other things to have a successful business. And that's why later in his life he was regretting. So it's so important that when you are alive, make sure, understand what are your priorities, what are your purpose, and what are your ends. What are you using it? Do you want to trample on your family, sacrifice your family to get fame? That is to really balance the life. You have to avoid so many things. Those who have a balanced life have a good attitude. Their attitudes and actions are congruent. They are not workaholics. They are not religious zealots. They are not political fanatics. They are not dirty crashers, because your health is that important. So truly to balance your life, you have to make all these things work together in tandem, as the graph shows. So if you are doing your business, do it with honesty. If you are having your career, do it with honesty, work balancedly, balance it with life. In your life, take care of your health as a person, and you can, and take care of your family, so that at your sunset years, you will say, yes, I came, I lived, and now I'm going. Then we will call you a truly successful person who had balance.